helping sensing and intuitive learners. Now remember, one of the important things about sensing learners is they really like to have facts. They love data. They're going to like to solve problems by well-established methods. They really need to know that things are proven. They don't like complications. They hate surprises. And they're more likely to really going to resent being tested on material that was really not covered explicitly and in great detail during class. They are patient with details, they're good at memorizing, but they really prefer hands-on laboratory or application kind of work. They tend to be more practical and careful than intuitive learners, and they don't like courses or any kind of information that really has no apparent connection to the real world. So now let's contrast that sensing information to the intuitive information or the intuitive learner. Remember, this intuitive learner is one that likes to discover possibilities. They love innovation. They love anything new. They love relationships. They like anything that is not going to be repetition. They're going to be better at getting new ideas, and they're really comfortable with abstractions. They are going to work fast, and they tend to be more innovative than the sensing student. They don't like any kind of plug and play kind of course though. This means that they don't like anything that was pre-created. They want something that was individually created for them. They will not like anything with memorization, and they don't like anything with routine. So everybody is going to use the sensing side or the intuitive side at one time or another. And although you may have a preference for one, and it may be really strong, remember that to be really effective as a learner or as a really wonderful adult that can participate within the community and their area, they need to be able to use both sides. This is going to be able to function and help you out to be an effective problem solver. If you overemphasize one or another, you're going to find some really big problems. For instance, if you oversize intuition, you might miss out some important details or make some careless mistakes because you really are loving that innovative and really quickly jumping into things. But if you overemphasize sensing, you're going to rely too much on that memorization part and familiarity that you're not going to really be able to jump into more of that innovative understanding and thinking. Helping the sensing learner. So one of the most important things to remember about a sensing learner is that they really need to be able to connect information to the world. And when they have that real world application, they're going to be able to remember the details better. So if you're somewhere that the material is mostly going to be abstract and theoretical, it's going to be difficult. So it's important to provide this kind of a learner with specific examples. They need concepts and procedures in an applicable way. Also, find out how this information is currently being used. Lastly, for the sensing learner, if the instructor is not providing enough specifics and details, it's really going to be up to the learner to find some ways, some references, some courses, something that is going to help them to really understand that validity and reliability of the information and how to apply it. So be sure to brainstorm, talk to friends, talk to classmates, talk to other instructors, talk to some professionals, and of course be sure to use the internet. Helping the innovative learner. So most coursework and classes are really aimed toward this intuition or the intuitive learner. Intuitive learners excel in a formal, traditional classroom setting. They're going to be able to really see in the class what deals with any kind of rote memorization or anything like that. However, they do quickly get bored, so it's important to kind of mix up some of those teaching methodologies. If you are an intuitive learner, something you can do is to ask your teacher for some kind of theory about the facts or to be able to find some of those connections for yourself. Remember that as an intuitive learner, you like the really abstract and those theories, and the data is important, but you prefer that abstract. Lastly, remember that because you really are more of an intuitive learner, that you like those big grasps of information, the theories, etc., that it's also going to at times be difficult for you to really get down and dirty into those details. And this is where you get to be prone to mistakes on tests because you get impatient with those details and you don't like repetition. So be sure that you take the time to read the entire question. You may want to highlight, circle, underline, whatever it takes to really help you focus, and do that before you start answering. Then lastly, although it's frustrating to repeat information and to have to go back, it is important that you go back to check your results and check your answers.